Next, we have Tico Soto, Director of Tourism. In New Orleans, it's Fat Tuesday every day of the week.
Oh, absolutely. Boy, that was exhausting. Good job, Mike. This is New Orleans. I'm done. He got all the technical stuff out of the way, which is amazing. Okay, again, Tico, welcome to New Orleans, the most European city in the USA. If you've not been in the last 5 years, you've not been to New Orleans. There is so much new infrastructure in the city. It's amazing. More restaurants, more nightlife, transportation has expanded. These are just some of the top reasons why New Orleans. Mike mentioned tax-free shopping. It's a program that's been existing over 20 years. Many distribution centers, not only in New Orleans, but in Louisiana. Food, music, tours, festivals, multiple awards over the last 3 years, and we'll get a little bit more about that. Again, tax-free shopping, it is why people continue to come. It helps us track all the international visitors. Easy distribution center, you get your state tax right on the spot. A lot of the internationals love it. Brazilians love it. In 2014, May, the Riverwalk was known as the Riverwalk, is reopening. It's going to be an outlet, one of the only urban outlet centers in the U.S. These are some incentive options. New Orleans has so much diversity. If you want to do a river cruise with the live jazz, a private dinner at a plantation home, bring you back in time, have your own parade. There is many parades. Again, it could be a Tuesday, and there's 3 parades. I'm not even kidding. Nonstop jazz. You just cannot imagine the live venues that we have now. Not only on Bourbon Street, but in different parts of the neighborhoods, a lot of revitalization in a lot of the different neighborhoods. So you have pockets of jazz venues in neighborhoods like Oak Street, Ferret Street, many areas of the city. Of course, our cuisine, I can vouch for that. I moved back to the city 3 months ago, and I've gained 12 pounds. For my height, that's a lot. So, I mean, just some of the beignets, po' boys, muffaladas. We talked about the many different restaurants now. We have so many different restaurants. It will blow your mind. There's literally a festival every time you turn around. What I like about our different festivals is if you don't particularly come, your group doesn't come that time of the year, we can always create a festival atmosphere around your group. For example, Mardi Gras. Have something at Mardi Gras World. You can really bring Mardi Gras to you. The different tours, I love the different tours that we offer. Eat, drink your way through New Orleans. We're the only city that I can think of right now in the U.S. or in the world that you can walk around with your drinks, which is great. You don't have to down it and go, I got to get another one. You can take your time and go from venue to venue, take a step back in time. So many different tours. I wanted to talk about, these are some of the awards that we have just won. National Geographic Traveler places New Orleans on its best trips for 2014. We don't win all these awards because it's not a wonderful city. We win all these awards because it is a wonderful city, and so many people are taking into account now and finally giving New Orleans the recognition that it deserves. CVB services, of course, a full-service Convention and Visitors Bureau. Always tell people, you don't embrace New Orleans embraces you. And it's one of the cities that appeals to all your senses. You smell it, you eat it, you taste it, you hear it. So it's a world-class city in such a compact area because it's the most walkable city in the USA. And I also wanted to mention, if you have an appointment with me, I will share our hot off the press updated convention calendar and 2004 festival dates.
That's great. That's what they need. So what is the voodoo experience?
Well, the voodoo experience is very interesting. Like, I just had a group, and I contemplated giving them, because they wanted the voodoo experience, the Marie Laveau tour of the cemetery. So we did that, and my giveaway for each one of them was a voodoo doll. So when you think of that way, when you automatically think of voodoo, you think of it's a bad thing. But it also has some positive effects as well. So it all depends on the gree-gree bag. For example, you can honestly put some good wishes in the gree-gree bag that's on the voodoo doll, and positive things will happen. So that is the experience that we like to give in New Orleans, because it is such it's steeped in history. Voodoo is in the city of New Orleans.
Okay, and so what are some of the non-hotel venues that you have in New Orleans that that operators can, outside of a hotel, that they can hold special events or functions just off the top of your head?
Well, we have, of course, what some groups have done in the past, they cut off streets and then, or a portion of a street. So you really have your event right in the French Quarter. Or example, if you want to do something at Jackson Square. I don't know if you remember 2002 Powwow, or excuse me, IPW. They did an event in Jackson Square. It was beautiful. You could hear the jazz, you can hear the natchez in the background, the riverboat cruises. So it's just a wonderful experience. Blaine Kern's Mardi Gras World, it is fantastic. No, it doesn't matter how big or small your group is. You can actually go there and they are making floats, and you can walk around and see workers actually making floats for the next year. Because as soon as Mardi Gras is over, then they pick up and start working on next year. Where these floats, and they also ship these floats to Disney. And different floats all over the world. So you can see from start to finish how Mardi Gras exists, how it occurs. They give you a wonderful history lesson on Mardi Gras. The D-Day Museum, the World War II Museum, has a new Victory Pavilion. You can actually go in and get a 4D movie, and it's such an experience. So those are just some of the things I could think of right off the top of my head. But those are some of the most popular venues, and of course, people love being on the river and buying out either the Creole Queen or the Natchez Steamboat. Those are just really exciting. You get a different perspective from seeing the city from the mighty Mississippi River.
So I have one more question. So what does it cost to put on your own parade?
Well, it varies, but the basic cost with everything and permits and everything, you're looking at from anywhere from, and this is not gadgets and how big you want to get it, but just the basic permits and the police, security, the band, you're looking anywhere from $1,100 to $1,500. Now, you can build on that depending on how extravagant you want to go, because you can make it as big as you want, because most weddings, because New Orleans is a big destination wedding, because most weddings will stop the streets, and there's a parade from the wedding facility actual to the reception venue, and it's amazing. I don't know if most of you follow, or any of you follow me on Facebook. I post a lot about different attractions and what goes on in the city, because every single night there's something going on.
Yeah, I especially like the post where you said you turn your toaster up to 6 and from 3. I thought that was.
I didn't say I posted, everything work related.
So, anyway, okay, thank you very much. That was great.